can I just say one thing firstly? I love the name Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat.
Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. I'm delighted that it's a pleasure, I believe, for the first time, being joined by Luke Pearson on the channel. Luke, thanks very much for joining me ahead of your massive fight. Well, I was going to say, it's this Saturday now, isn't it? Saturday night, we're fighting fellow undefeated fighter Colm Murphy in Belfast. Before we get into it, just how are things? How's camp gone, and how you feeling just a few days away from fight night?
I'm feeling probably in the best shape I've ever been for a fight. Um, Really confident. I've been pushed to the max in training. And I just feel like I'm ready to get in there now and do the job that needs to be done.
Very good, very good. As I said, you're embarking on I suppose it's a huge fight, the European silver featherweight title, versus Colm Murphy. What do you make of this fight for yourself? Obviously, we'll come on to it in a second, but it's been fairly frustrating period or last year or so for yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been very frustrating. I had three fights fall through last year, um, when I was meant to be fighting for the Commonwealth silver. Um, and then obviously this opportunity came along, and when opportunities like this come along, you just can't turn them down, you know. So it's the best opportunity for me in my career at the moment, and I'm ready to rise to the occasion.
Do you know much about your opponent, Colm Murphy, at all? Have you watched him fight before?
I've watched a few of his last like couple of fights, and watched a few clips and stuff. So I know he's a very decent fighter, very aggressive, very strong. Likes to put the pressure on. Um, so I know bits and pieces, and we've just taken bits that we need to, like the important bits, so we know what to do when I'm in there.
For sure, for sure. He's obviously a Belfast man himself, and you're fighting him in his home city as the away fighter. Is this something you're relishing, or is there? It's obviously there's always a bit of pressure, no matter where you're fighting or who you're fighting. But are you kind of looking forward to that almost being the well, not the up against the hometown favorite?
Yeah, 100%. It's a weird one. You always feel pressure because every fight is obviously important. Um, but this one, it just feels totally different. The pressure's off. I you know I naturally fight at the weight below. I naturally fight at super bantam. Um, so coming up a weight, you know, it's a big deal for me. I've never fought at this weight before, but you know, there's no pressure for me. You know, I'm going there to do the job that I need to do to win, and that's it. There's no fans or not like hundreds and hundreds of fans there to support me. So the pressure's really on Colm, not me.
Yeah, very good point. Absolutely. Do you feel that you said there you're moving up in weight, fighting in a weight that's not as natural, albeit maybe what a 4 pounds difference, not a huge amount, but I suppose it is in those lower weights. Um, do you think people are seeing you as a big underdog here? Add to the fact that
Yeah,
Colm is,
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I've had the way they see it. If you look at my record, I'm naturally the smaller guy. I've had less fights. You know, my record shows that I haven't stopped many people. But you know, other than that, people don't know what I'm about when at this weight. I feel a lot stronger, a lot bigger. You know, so that's the difference. I've got a lot more energy at this weight.
very
So
good. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Looking forward to seeing you on fight night. Do you think this? On paper, I suppose it maybe sometimes doesn't always play out like this, but on paper, do you believe this is firmly the toughest fight of your career?
yeah, definitely, definitely. If you're looking at records and you're looking at uh, the title that we're fighting for, definitely the biggest fight of my career. Definitely.
How do you, going back to what I said about Colm being from Belfast, you're going into the Lions Den, so to speak. You might get a few jeers, a few boos, as you're making your way to the ring. Um, how do you think you'll deal with all of that?
Um, I, on the way to the ring and stuff, once I've done my warm up, once I'm in the zone, and them things won't bother me. You know, I'm in there to do a job, and I'll be 100% focused on that when I'm in the ring. So them booing me or anything like that isn't going to be a factor in the outcome or the fight. It's not going to really bother me in any way.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Going back to what we touched on at the beginning, that you said yourself as well, you had what, three fights fall through last year. You haven't fought in what, well, is it 15 months or so?
Yeah,
What has that period been like for you? Obviously, it's obviously very, very frustrating, but like in your own words, how's that, how have you had to deal with that? Like what's it been like? It's almost like the mindset and stuff. I'm sure you've been fed up a few times.
yeah, definitely. It's made it. It's been testing times. You get fights fall through, and then you think, oh yeah, there's another one. I've got a chance to fight again, and then that falls through. It's made me mentally stronger, um, and made me want it more. Made me want to achieve my goal more than ever. So in a way, it's sort of helped. But last year was probably one of the worst years of my boxing career in the sense of not being active.
Yeah, definitely. Well, sure. At least you're finally getting back in the ropes here on Saturday night. So say Saturday night fight goes down. What does a win do for you and your boxing career?
Oh, it opens all the doors for me in my boxing career. Puts me at a level that I've always wanted to be at. I've always wanted to fight at, and it'll cement me at that level. It will show that I'm capable of that level, and capable of competing against top fighters. So yeah, it's there to open the doors.
For sure. And what does it look like between now and Saturday night for yourself? Is it obviously most of the training's all done? Is it a matter of just making weight now and then flying over to Belfast?
Yeah, definitely. It's just like ticking over little sharpening sessions, and then yeah, just making sure the weight's good, um, for obviously the weigh-in on Friday. So yeah, it's just little bits and pieces now. It's nothing major, nothing over the top. Just making sure the weight's good.
For sure, for sure. And just to finish off, Luke, what can fans in attendance and watching on TV, I believe this is being broadcast on TG4 across Ireland, what can fans in attendance and those watching on TV expect from Luke Pearson on August 2nd?
Um, a very highly skilled fighter and a very explosive and exciting fight.
And you firmly believe that you're going in there and you're going to do a job and silence the Belfast crowd.
I do, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Brilliant. Well, Luke, all the best for fight night. Thanks very much once again for chatting to ESBR Boxing. Good to have you on the channel. I'll be there on fight night, so I'll catch up with you then. But yeah, all the best.
Thank you.